may mga law students or lawyers na actually would have to, kinakailangan nilang kumuha ng more lucrative area of law. Kasi
They need the money.
They need the money. Ako naman, personally, comfortable naman kami. I have like this, kumbaga, meron akong privilege to actually choose what area of law I have to. You just have to study smart. You have to have a technique in it. And then, yun yung first technique. And then yung second is, if hindi mo talaga mabasa, like, I kind of take pride for a little bit. Now, for my 4 years in law school, never ako nag-pass.
Sa recit?
Never ako nag-pass sa recit. If you want the students to have a tougher time in law school, edi galingan mo as a professor. Kumbaga, I'm not saying na magaling ako sasabi ko lang, edi hirapan mo yung the way you conduct the class, pero not in a way na power tripping.
Welcome to another Kaya Day, and very special yung episode natin right now because ang kasama ko ay isa sa mga pinaka-unique, pinaka-interesting, honestly, na lawyer na nakilala ko. And you guys will find out why. Starting with the fact na si Attorney Josiah Kissing, tama ba yung pagka-pronounce ko, ay ayaw magpatawag ng attorney kapag hindi niya client. That is interesting. Kasi madaming lawyer, they put a lot of weight dun sa attorney na Oo. So nagulat ako nung sinabi mo na ayaw mo magpatawag ng attorney. Josh lang.
Josh, okay na ako sa Josh.
Yeah. Why? Anong thought behind that, Josh?
Well,
Josh?
kasi siguro I'm a social person and it feels very dehumanizing for me. I mean, I won't judge other lawyers if they want to be called attorney. That's fine. Pero like for me personally, I want people to actually use my name. I think it's a good name.
It is.
I like
Josiah.
my name. You call me by my parang call me by my name.
O, tsaka parang may distance, di ba? Parang pag-attorney.
Kasi parang may
nalalagay
ganon.
ka sa pedestal.
Yes,
Like,
and I don't like it. Kasi parang I want people to like see me as a person, not as a profession. Ganon. And okay naman yun, if you call me attorney if you hire me for a particular case when we're in court, it's fine. When you're my student, it's okay. But like outside of that, if you're not my student, if you're not my client, I would rather prefer not to be called na Josh na lang or Josiah actually.
So ganito, okay lang, Josh?
Yeah, okay lang.
Okay. I wanna ask, ano yung nag-push sa'yo sa law profession? Paano nagsimula yung pangarap na yun?
Well, ano siya? It started a bit but a bit cheesy.
Okay.
When I was in grade 6, kasi I had a classmate that siguro in one of my conversations with her, crush ko kasi siya noon. Alam naman niya, umami naman ako sa kanya.
Ay, tapang. Tapang.
Alam naman niya na crush ko siya noon. So sabi niya, tas in one of our conversations sa classroom, nabanggit niya na gusto niya maging lawyer. So syempre, bilang bata daw na ganun. Tsaka I think din mo lang mga bata gumagawa nun. I think it's a common tactic, I guess, na you want to relate. You want to relate to the people that you like. So sinabi niya na gusto niya mag-abogado. Because parang that's good, that's a good profession. Maybe I would also like to become a lawyer.
Pero dati pa ganito ka eloquent, ganito ka vocal.
Vocal, yes. Opinionated, yes, but not eloquent.
Okay.
Siguro isa rin nga yun sa mga mga stuff that I siguro that also convinced me that I wanted to become a lawyer. So when I was young, I had a speech problem. I'm not sure if it's a defect or something, but
okay.
I had a really bad stuttering problem.
Okay.
And it's actually came to a point that we had to go to speech therapy for it. Like there were words that I cannot say. There were syllables that I cannot say. And then people were actually, of course, I think it's bad, but it's normal. Normal in a say I'm putting quotes here. Kasi we don't want to normalize it, but it's there.
Talamak.
Diba? when you're different, when you speak different, people would laugh at you. And that's what and
Na-experience mo yan?
that's my experience. And siguro, and then of course my parents would also tell me na you would discourage us to fight back. More of like kapag may nangaaway sa inyo, magsumbong kayo. Always defer to the authorities. Which is, of course, merong wisdom behind it naman. Pero yun yung nag-push na lang sa akin, okay, fine. If you're going to do it that way, then might as well at least man lang go to law because that's what lawyers do, no? And parang back then, I saw it as at least man lang, at least put some weight into what to the things that I say. Kasi nga, medyo opinionated nga ako. And because I was this little scrawny kid that can't speak straight, people really don't take my opinion seriously. But sometimes I feel like, tama naman ako, parang ganun. But again, hindi naman laging tama, no? Pero again, I had lots of things to say, a lot of things on my mind, and people weren't taking me seriously. So I felt na, okay, if I take this path, maybe
they will.
Maybe finally they will. Parang ganun, no? Of course, that's a kid's vision.
Oo. Pero ang aga ng start ng pangarap mo na maging lawyer.
Parang, I think, it started, kumbaga, if the way I, pag, like hearing myself talk about it, parang, parang ang individualistic and napaka, like, selfish. Nung vision na yun, na parang, okay, I'm doing this so people would respect me. It's something na very,
Pero as a kid, walang problema doon.
It's a kid, diba? Kaya naman talaga, doon naman nagsimula. Pero, gusto ko lang din sabihin, parang, of course, hindi na ako ganun ngayon.
Yes.
Like, I pushed it, I mean, that was the beginning. Pero, siyempre, habang nagkakaroon tayo ng
mas
social...
lumalim yung,
ng reason, or foundations. Of course, there are like a lot of other people that probably until now, ganun pa din yung tingin nila kung bakit sila nag-aabogado. Pero for me, I think I've grown.
Deeper roots kung bakit mo pinili mag-law. Pero bakit business ad yung kinuha mo na course sa college?
Business ad ako kasi I'm the first lawyer in the family. So hindi parang kumbaga walang professional guidance masyado doon. Kasi again, hindi naman, since I'm the first lawyer in the family, hindi, parang, siguro yung stereotype lang, okay, if you want to take up law, better take up accounting. Kasi marami naman talaga mga law subjects yung mga accountants. Pero, I didn't want to take that extra year. So my mom said, okay, mag-accountant ka ba? Sabi, magpa-practice ka ba ng accountancy? Sabi ko, hindi, I don't see myself as an accountant.
Okay.
So sabi ko, sabi niya sa akin, to take the closest would be business administration. Then, ang balak pa namin doon is magkitikap na ako ng mga other subjects which actually never happened. Mga elective na lang, diba? Which actually never happened. So,
bago to na idea sa akin Kasi akala ko kapag maglolo ka, parang political science, ganun. Yung pre-law mo. Hindi pala.
It's common because people like to think na political science is a stepping stone to law, which, by the way, I've met a lot of political scientists that would hate that idea.
Talaga?
Kasi recently, so wait lang, just to finish up yung dun sa isang So yun, so I took up business administration because there are law subjects there. Like I think corporate law, more for a corporate side.
Okay.
Pero yun nga, eventually hindi naman ako nag-practice sa side na yun. Naka-help lang siguro siya in the way I see yung more of like sa mindset, the way I organize things. Pero aside from that, didn't really, I think, like going back to our question regarding sa what pre-law sa law, no, it doesn't actually matter.
Talaga?
Like, it's a whole new ball game. Like, wala akong nakitang like classmate, just because you took up this course, na it would
may
advantage. Wala naman. It's a whole new thing. It's a whole new environment, new way of doing things, new professors, new curriculum. Hindi siya walang advantage kung nag-pol-sci ka, nag-legman ka, wala. Ang makakatulong, I think for me, makakatulong yung undergrad mo after law school when you become a lawyer.
In what way?
Doon siya makakaano ng yung specialization na lang din. For me kasi siguro if you're going to if I'm going to like go back in time, maybe I would take up something on the sciences.
As pre-law.
As pre-law, sa STEM. Baka better nga yun eh.
Bakit?
Kasi for me, yung mga STEM courses kasi is mas, no, or maybe either humanities or sa sciences, not as general as business admin. So sorry. Kasi hindi ko naman mag-business kasi parang hindi naman talaga siya makaka-help. Pero kasi, yun nga, if I took up like something on the something in the sciences, mas specialized ka pag naging lawyer ka na. Para at least meron ka like background knowledge on science stuff. Parang
Lalo
ganun.
na kung magpa-pursue ka ng something science related. This is new to me.
Mas actually for me parang naiinggit nga ako sa mga ganun. Because sayang dapat pala kasi before I took up business administration, I had a choice actually to go to Agri-Econ sa UPLB, but I didn't take it. I didn't take that. Kasi nga ang mindset ko noon was it doesn't matter kung ano maging pre-law ko. Yun yung again a wrong mindset. It wouldn't matter kung ano i-take up ko na pre-law as long as I'm gonna take up law anyway. Parang ganun siya. I mean, it wouldn't help you sa mismong law school, but it would help you afterwards on what kind of lawyer you would become. Parang ganun siya. And like going back, if I took up Agri-Econ, siguro mas makakatulong yun. Siguro mas
dun sa work mo ngayon.
Oo, kasi I'm more involved in human rights saka environmental rights, which is like going back, parang kung if I took that route, mas siguro mas nakatulong ako ngayon. Mas deeper yung analysis ko sana. Parang ganon.
Bago yung idea na to sa akin kasi I was thinking na pag kunyari from my background, chemical engineering, pumasok ako ng law school, akala ko I would be at a disadvantage kasi hindi ako nasa side ng
Hindi naman. I mean, I have classmates na registered nurse. I have a classmate na like lower batch na doctor. So okay lang. I mean, like diverse. Meron ako mga friends na lawyers na geodetic engineer. Actually, earning a lot, by the way. It's yung geodetic engineer by lawyer is it's a cash grab talaga yan.
Talaga?
Kasi geodetic engineers are the kind of engineers that you need for estate planning. And lawyers are also the kind of people that you would need after you divide the estate. So like you corner the market on dead people.
Oh my goodness.
Like dead
Di
people
ko
and
alam
family
yan,
planning.
Sana nalaman ko yan bago ako pumasok ng UP. Di sana Oy, let's guess geodetic engineer. Oy, thank you so much for the recommendation.
Ganun siya. Totoo yun. Kasi I have a friend na geodetic engineer and lawyer. Like, sobrang yaman.
Lucrative.
Yes, kasi for example nun, you would look for a kasi ang mga kliyente ng mga geodetic engineer, by default, yung mga may lupa, di ba? Sino ba yung kinakailangan ng geodetic engineer? Yung mga heredero yan, may mga mahahaba, mga malalaking mga lupa. Sila lang naman yung may kinakailangan ng geodetic engineer to subdivide it, di ba? When they die, when those clients die, they would need someone to also plan the and actually
lawyer ka.
Or a lawyer ka. So corner mo na. And geodetic engineers are also very necessary when you draft your last will and testament. Kasi kunyari, for example, si anak mo sa ABC, gusto mo magpapamana ka ng lupa. Ang ginagawa dyan, they will call a geodetic engineer to have the land surveyed and subdivided amongst the children. Diba? Kung isa ka lang na geodetic engineer, it's ikaw din yung lawyer, tapos mag-notary public ka pa. Diba?
Tiba.
Oo. Like, ikaw na yung nag-survey ng lupa, ikaw na yung nag-divide ng lupa, ikaw pa yung nag-notaryo ng last will and testament, ikaw pa yung nag-abogado, ikaw pa yung nag-draft ng mismong last will and testament. Bisig siguro, ikaw na siguro yung magmana ng buong
Ang aga nung takeaway natin sa podcast na ito, maraming pera sa pagiging isang geodetic engineer at lawyer. Sana alam ko yan dati. But let's talk about law school. Isa yun sa mga kinoconsider na mag-take up ng law eh. Parang ang hirap makasurvive ng law school. Gaano katotoo?
Mahirap siya kung hindi mo siya gusto. Kasi marami ako mga classmates na eventually hindi sila nagtapos kasi hindi nila feel. It was something na when you go to law school, isa sa mga common first year questions is, why do you go to law school? And marami ka ma-encounter ng mga first year law students na ang sagot ay, sabi po kasi ng parents ko, at saka yun po kasi yung lawyer po kasi yung lolo ko, lawyer po kasi yung parang ganon. Parang kumbaga yung pinamanang pangarap. Parang mga ganon, mga pinamanang...
Hindi talaga sa kanya.
Oo. So, ang rami ang ganon. And eventually, sila rin yung nawawalan ng fire sa dulo kung hindi sila makahanap ng sarili ng rason. May mga classmates naman ako na ganon, na nagsimula sila na pangarap ng mga magulang nila na magkaroon ng abogadong anak. Pero eventually, sila nagustuhan na nila. Pero if you don't find that particular passion, you would run out of reasons to go to class. Kasi hindi naman talaga hindi siya madali. Hindi siya madali. And, pero relatively, hindi na siya ganun ka-toxic as compared to the older generations. And, sorry.
Why do you say that?
I would like to take pride on the younger professors that we had. Kasi they were really trying to change up the system. Kasi if you look at the older more traditional way of doing law school, talagang papahiyain ka talaga niyan. And we had older professors na ganoon ang sistema pa din. Ganoon pa rin thinking nila na they would like really try to talaga humiliate you in class just for saying the wrong things. And hindi siya, for me, it as a law professor din naman, I don't find that enriching. Kasi parang you want to change that system kasi you want to produce lawyers who are kind. You don't want to produce lawyers who are products of abuse. Kasi these lawyers, once they become lawyers as well, magiging ganun din sila. You're manufacturing a culture of bad lawyers when you subject them into that kind of treatment. And yun yung belief ko lang naman na parang if you produce kind law students, you would produce better lawyers and kinder lawyers, diba? Ganun sila. And yun yung mga younger professors that I had, mas nurturing sila. I mean, hindi sila namimigay ng grades, hindi naman sila parang diploma mill, hindi naman ganon. Pero hindi ka rin nila papahihain unnecessarily. May mga ganong kasing and if you can ask older lawyers what they experience in law school. Ganun talaga yun, yung parang sisigawan ka,
pag di ka nakakasagot.
Oo, babotohan ka ng libro. May mga ganon, especially sa other law schools na more traditional ang take sa law school. Pero sa experience namin sa FEU,
never more experience yung
dean,
ganun.
I had one experience na gano'n.
Ano nangyari?
I was accused of being plagiarism.
Plagiarism,
which I didn't. It was a paper on self-determination. It was parang sabi na pick a topic daw and discuss the right to self-determination. Tapos nag-research ako. Tapos sabi ang diniscuss ko noon was about the issue sa Spain, sa Catalonia. Catalonia is a federal state in Spain that they wanted to secede from Spain. And ang argument ko noon was yung handwritten yung lahat kasi it was required to be
Grabe, handwritten
na article. Sinulat namin yon. Tapos I think it's first day in class, sinabit namin yun sa professor. Tapos, may professor doubted na ako nagsulat talaga nun. They said na copy-paste daw.
Baka maganda kasi pagkakasulat kaya akala niya plagiarized.
I don't know. Or baka ang hula ko doon was because hindi ko siya nalagyan ng margin. I did not see that particular instruction na kinakailangan merong margin.
Ano ginawa?
He called me up. He called me. Tapos pinatayo na lang ako. Tapos question niya yung buong paper ko. I know that paper from like the back of my hand. Kasi ako nagsulat talaga nun and I did my research . Ang mali ko lang talaga is, fine, sige, nakalimutan ko yung margin. Okay? Hindi ko nakita yun. Basta fact na siguro I my brain ignored the particular instruction kasi nga, it was handwritten. Like, I thought na, like, since, how would you have like a margin sa paper if you handwritten? I guess my classmates had a ruler. Yun naman siguro dapat ginawa ko. No? Pero kasi again, yung thinking ko nun was more substance than form.
The format, oo.
Diba? So
napahiya ka, kumbaga.
Tinanong niya ako, and then he accused me of plagiarism, na copy-paste lang daw. So, tinanong niya ako about details of it. Pinadiscuss niya sa akin. Alam ko lahat. Pinatayo niya ako doon. The class was for 3 hours. I was standing up for 2 hours.
In front of the class?
Ando naman ako sa table. Nakatayo lang akong ganun. And then, sinigawan niya ako for 2 hours. Na patanong. Yung tanong niya is pasigaw. For 2 hours. And then, like, questioning me on the most ridiculous things. Kasi naubusan na siyang tanong. Kasi I can answer. And I had training din by then I already had training sa moot court competitions noon. So I know how to answer. I was smiling. Parang I was smiling, I was respectful, I was confident with my answers. Sinasagot ko siya pabalik. Hindi rude way. I was answering. And then may mga tanong pa siya na parang sino yung can you give me authors, ganyan. Like, sobrang wala na sa topic. Meron ako mga stock knowledge na lang. So, yun yung, I was able to answer all of, until na maubusan siya ng question. Pinaupo niya ako after 2 hours. But after nun, nanginginig talaga ako. After
2 hours ka ba naman nandun
2 hours ka na pinagsisigaw-sigaw, After the class, like, I had to get some ice cream or something to just to calm myself down. Kasi nga, sobrang, like, it was my first time na ganon. Pero kasi, of course, kapag nandun ka sa mismong, at that particular moment, ang ko lang is to keep appearances. So, I was smiling. I was confident. Kanya. Pero, like, I was really, like, I felt na hindi talaga to tama.
So, sa law school, totoo ba na kailangan thick skin ka talaga? Hindi pwedeng mabilis ibabay loob mo?
Oo. I think, again, this is just my personal opinion lang naman. I think it's a balance of two. Na parang, okay, hindi pa pwedeng thick-skinned ka. Ibig sabihin, you expect na the professors would ask you tough questions. But at the same time, the professors should also ask fair questions. Hindi man po pwede yung papahiyain mo sila just for the sake of humiliating the student. Or hindi pa pwedeng yung magpa-power trip ka lang. Maraming mga ganun. May mga ganun kami mga professors before. Like, wala na sila ngayon. Pero, hindi, kumbaga, tough but fair dapat. And it's a balance of things. May mga ganun kasi talaga, especially, may mga naging professor ako na medyo misogynistic. Ganun. Like, they think na may ganun pa rin culture. Akala nila, nasa generation pa rin nila sila. May mga professor, may professor ako noon na required na yung mga babae nasa harapan. Lalaking professor. Kailangan nasa harapan yung mga babae. Tapos, I had a classmate na was wearing a long skirt, a long dress. And then, he called her, sabi niya, Iha, bakit parang pang madre naman yung suot mo? Ganon. Like, bakit daw mahaba yung skirt? Because apparently, he wanted the women of the class to wear, like, shorter skirts. So, like, markado yung classmate ko na yun. I'm not sure if, she passed the class. Hindi naman naapektuhan. I guess, baka hindi naapektuhan. Pero, for you to be called up in class for what you wear, and buti kong, like, disrespectful, like, naka-miniskirt or whatever, diba? Kasi, dapat at least man lang, court attire kami dapat sa class. Kung naka-court attire ka naman, diba, what's the problem?
Ka-call out ka pa rin.
Oo, for wearing a long skirt.
So, meron pa rin talaga. So, may progress in terms of pagiging progressive ng mga professor, pero meron pa rin.
Yung the older ones, unfortunately, we still have that particular, pero it's a dying culture. Thankfully, I see more law schools to becoming more progressive and more creative in teaching. Kasi again, hindi po pwedeng we stuck in the past na ganun lang yung pagtuturo. Hindi po pwedeng ganun kasi again, we have to change the way we teach if we want better lawyers. Hindi po pwedeng magaling ka lang sa batas. Dapat mabuti ka ding tao. Parang gano'n.
Actually, that's a good thing, no? Kasi parang sobrang normal yung idea na kapag papasok ka ng law school, dadaan ka sa butas ng karayon and inevitable na may mga terror prof na ganun yung treatment sa'yo. So, possible naman pala.
Oo.
Marami naman pala.
Hindi naman kinakailangan na hindi ko naman sinasabi na mamigay kayo ng grades.
Oo.
Pero hindi naman po pwede na parang, kaya ako kasi I also teach sa FEU. Ako naman, if my students answer my questions perfectly, then I give a perfect grade. Hindi naman ako nagbibigay ng, kunyari, I don't shy away from giving 100%.
Kung deserve naman.
Kung deserve naman. Kung pangit talaga, nambabagsak din naman ako. Kung pangit. Pero hindi ako yung parang i-withhold ko yung grade mo because I think na dapat mas mababa ang grade sa law school. If you want the students to have a tougher time in law school, edi galingan mo as a professor. Kumbaga, I'm not saying na magaling ako sasabi ko lang, edi hirapan mo yung the way you conduct the class, pero not in a way na power tripping. Edi kung gusto mo ng edi kasi dapat man lang, if you want na maghirap if you want na, dapat ang thinking mo is dapat the students really earn this degree. Which I think naman, pwede din naman yun. Pero dapat merong equivalent na knowledge na nagigain yung students. Equivalent dun sa pinaghirapan nila. Hindi yung sa napakaliit na nga lang nung knowledge gained nila. Tapos hirap na pinapagawa just because na nagda-darts may mga ganung professor, nagda-darts ng grades na na hindi transparent kung paano nakuha yung ganung grade, 'di ba? Parang again, if you want the students to if you want to feel that the students are really are really working hard for your subject, edi add value to the subject. Hindi yung papahirapan mo lang by power tripping. Hindi dapat ganon.
As a student, nag-struggle ka ba? Or were you one of those na bright students?
Nag-struggle naman din ako.
Lalo na sa law school.
Kasi I was a scholar until third year. And then
Merit yun.
Merit. I was a merit scholar until I was a merit scholar until yung 4 years ko sa law school. Merit scholar ako, pero hindi siya consistent na sa FEU.
Okay.
Kasi for the first 2 years I was a scholar sa FEU talaga. Then I lost that scholarship, pero kasi
Because
mababa yung grades.
So by grades din talaga siya. Grabe yung pagka-cutthroat, no?
Tapos, pero kasi parang nag-overlap kasi yung scholarship ko noon. Kasi when I was in second year law school, I was also applying for another scholarship sa FLP, sa Foundation for Liberty and Prosperity. Another, they allow na patong-patong yung scholarships mo. So, I got accepted for that scholarship right when I lost my scholarship sa FEU. Sumakto siya.
Buti na lang.
So, thankfully, I was a scholar for most of my years in law school.
So marami namang scholarships na available.
Yes.
Kasi
marami naman.
I heard na mahal talaga yung law school sa libro.
Libro pa lang.
Resources mo.
Mahal siya mostly sa libro. Kasi yung mga books namin umaabot ng mga 3K
Isang libro.
Isang libro yun.
Sobrang dami.
Oo. So, hindi naman po pwede na hindi ka bumili ng libro kasi it's going to be very difficult for you. So, I was fortunate to have parents that are supportive sa ganun. And plus the fact na, yun nga, meron nga akong scholarship. So, to alleviate yung ganung mga expenses.
So marami naman palang scholarships na available. Kasi again,
depende
isa yan sa school din.
Depende sa school. For example, yung scholarship ko was from FEU.
Oo. Pero meron din outside.
Meron din naman, yung outside. Yung FLP kasi offers it, third year ka na. Third year to fourth year lang talaga yung ino-offer nila na scholarship. So, kumbaga, yung starting na scholarships, I think sa other laws, sa UMAC, I think, I heard naman din sila mga scholarships. Marami namang mga scholarships per law school, pero most of them are merit scholarships talaga.
So, depende din sa grades mo. So, may kailangan ka i-keep na grade to keep the scholarship.
Oo.
Ang hirap.
Oo. So, ano din talaga siya, kumbaga, you have to, kumbaga, work for it. And I lost my scholarship dun sa FEU kasi I was busy sa mga extracurricular stuff. I was, I was working sa moot court competitions noon. I was representing
Malaban ka sa ibang bansa,
sa
di ba?
ibang bansa, ganyan. Tapos, I was, we had trainings up until 3 a.m. in the morning.
Grabe.
Tapos, up until 3 a.m. in the morning. Tapos, ang klase ko nun was around 9 a.m. Mag-travel pa ako pabalik ng
Babasa
bahay.
ka pa.
Oo. So, wala na talagang, like yung fatigue and everything. Pero, kumbaga, ko naman, kumbaga, may learnings naman sa both.
Oo.
Sa competition and dun sa
classroom.
Sa classroom.
Ano yung mga styles and strategies mo para ma-survive ang law school? Kasi kanya-kanya yan, di ba?
Ako gumagawa talaga ako ng sarili kong reviewers. It's something that
As in, sinusulat mo?
More of type. Tina-type ko lang siya. And hindi kasi ako magaling makinig sa classroom. Hindi ako yung...
Hindi ka audio learner?
Hindi ako audio learner. So, pag mga lectures talaga, hirap talaga for me. So, pag nasa classroom ako, may mga klase kami na walang masyadong recitation. So, what I do in those classes, kasi hindi naman, nawawala yung focus ko eh. Hindi ako natututo sa mga lectures. So, what I do is, during class, nag-aaral ako ng sarili ko. Especially kapag wala namang recitation. So, parang kung wala namang recitation
Pumapasok
that
ka
day.
pero nag-aaral ka.
Oo, minsan sa other
Classes.
other classes na merong recitation.
Okay.
Ganon yung ginagawa ko, no? Meron namang tapos minsan gumagawa din ako ng reviewer for that class. Basta meron akong mga sariling reviewers talaga na ginagawa ko.
So, mahalaga rin, no, na alam mo yung learning style mo.
And I think malalaman mo din naman siya through eventually marirealize mo din hindi talaga nag-work sa akin. For example, sa akin sa lecture, it doesn't work for me. So hindi na ako kumbaga why would I study smart, parang hindi nag-work sa akin yung lecture, anong gagawin ko? I'm just wasting my time na makikinig sa professor kung I can just do other more productive things. I mean, of course, it's not meant to disrespect the professor. I mean, it doesn't really work for me. And hindi naman ako nakaka-istorbo ng class. So, sometimes, gumagawa ko ng
Diskarte mo na lang din.
Oo. And okay naman yung grades ko sa klase niya. So, kasi nga, I study outside of his time. Kasi nga, hindi nag-work sa akin yung lectures.
Nabanggit mo kanina yung recit. And meron akong law school friends. Halos siguro mga 5 times a week, nagchat-chat sila sa GC namin na, guys, please pray for me kasi may recit ako bukas. Tapos cover to cover, ang nabasa ko wala pang 1/4. May ganyan ka bang experience sa recit?
Meron na. Madalas yun. Kasi, hindi mo talaga, feel ko lang naman. I don't think na when you're given like a coverage, you're not really meant to finish all of that. Kasi ang haba niyan, plus the fact na marami ka pang other
subjects.
Other subjects. So what I do is you have to know your professor din. Paano siya magpaparesit? Siya ba ay chronological? Kung chronological siya, make sure na nakapagbasa ka enough for you to read more during class. Hindi yung maghahabol ka. Yun yung ginagawa ko kasi parang binabasa ko lang yung enough for me na hindi ako magmamadali. Pero enough for me to have enough time for other subjects as well. Tapos yung tira, doon ko na sa klase niya babasahin. Parang ganon.
So hindi naman kailangan basa mo na lahat pagpasok?
Hindi naman. Hindi. Kasi kung that's kung chronological siya. Kung hindi chronological yung professor na nagpaparesit, I try to like read randomly para at least kumbaga kalat siya para just in case na matawag ako sa case or sa topic na medyo malayo from the first na nandun sa listahan ng syllabus.
Paano pag di mo nabasa talaga?
May ganun ako experience sa law school na siyempre di mo maiwasan na yun, na matatawag ka talaga.
Nakikita ko yung libro ng ate ko. Grabe, paano na mababasan to ng kahit siguro isang taon ko yung basahin, hindi ko pa rin yan tapos. Paano niya nagagawa yun?
isa rin yung sa matututunan sa law school. Number one is how to read. Hindi mo, kasi yung, for example, nung first year ako, lahat binabasa ko talaga word for word. Pero kasi nung sa pagtanda, no? Pagtagal sa law school. Plus when I became research assistant ng mga professors, na-realize ko na you don't really have to read everything. Parang, pwede siya na
skim? Ganun?
You look for the keywords. Kaya importante, when I conduct my classes actually, since professor na rin ako, yun yung ginaano ko na parang, kaya yung syllabus ko na ginawa, 3 columns siya. Merong like the general topic for that day, and then merong like key discussions, like yung topics talaga under that particular general topic, and then meron din yung mga required readings. Sabi ko sa kanila, when you study my syllabus, 3 columns yan. When you read the required syllabus, you have to look for the topics under the key discussions. Yun lang yung hahanapin mo. So for example, may 100-page ka na case na babasahin. You don't have to read the 100 pages na yon. You just have to look into ano yung related doon sa discussion for that particular day. And that's what I say when you study smart. Na parang you don't have to, for example, kung ang class is for constitutional law, tapos meron kang constitutional law case na presenta sa'yo, most likely kapag landmark case yan, umaabot ng 100 pages yan. You don't have to read that. Ng 100 pages na yon. All you have to do is to, basahin mo yung facts na relevant doon sa constitutionality na issue, and then skip mo yung mga parts ng decision na about sa procedural, about sa other laws. Mag-focus ka lang doon sa constitutionality kasi constitutional law kayo eh.
Grabe.
So, ganun siya. And dapat ganun, actually mag-aral. I mean, kaya hindi dapat, 100 pages of case. Parang, ilang pages lang dyan ba yung relevant lang sa class? Yun yung, and that's what I've been telling my students, na parang, especially kasi I teach international law. I tell them na, okay, especially for international law cases, ang hahaba ng mga yan.
Readings.
Sabi ko, you don't have to read everything. You just look for the key discussions. And nung student ako, doon ko din natutunan siya na, okay, you just have to study smart. You have to have a technique in it. And then, yun yung first technique. And then yung second is, if hindi mo talaga mabasa, like, I kind of take pride for a little bit. Now, for my 4 years in law school, never ako nagpass.
Sa recit?
Never ako nagpass sa recit. I have classmates, I have other classmates, and I have students na nagpapass.
Buti may pass option.
Oo, pero bagsak ka.
So, hindi siya option.
Hindi talaga siya option, pero parang ayaw na lang na mag-try. Ang ginagawa ko nun, hindi ko sinasabi na porket hindi ako nagpass, ibig sabihin lahat lagi ko nababasa. Hindi naman. More of, hindi ko lang pinapahalata o hindi ko inaamin na hindi ko nabasa.
So, parang fake it till you make it?
Oo. And it actually works a lot sa law school. And I think sometimes you have to I see law school as it's a big theater performance.
Hot take, law school as a big theater performance.
Kasi I always tell my mga friends ko na parang I see myself as parang may factor kasi yung looking smart. You don't have to be smart. Parang sometimes you have to look smart na lang. You just look the part, no?
Gumagana.